And although I know it's a long road back, I promise you.
So I've done the 2 shows and I won, and I already got into a magazine. I created some buzz, and it was a really uplifting time. I was like, yeah, I said, you know, this is great. I got a good job. I got one of the best trainers in the world behind me. I got Muscular Development magazine. I'm going to be in articles. I just did a photo shoot with them. Everything was great. About 3 weeks later, I lost my job at Kokosing. It was devastating. At that same time, we found out that my wife was pregnant again. And then a few weeks after that, we lost the baby. All of a sudden, we went from being on this giant high, everything was so great, to this absolute low that we didn't know what to do. It was a really rough time for both of us. We were both emotional mess from losing the baby. You know, with work, you can always find work, but it was a time whenever we didn't know what to do with ourselves, because we were away from family. We really didn't know what to do with ourselves. It was a devastating time, but regardless, we had to find out how to push through it, because we still had a very healthy 2-year-old at the time, and we still do. She's 4 now, but at the time we needed to find out what to do to help to get to the next level. My trainer, Hani Rambod, was, I look at him as more than a friend now, because he really helped me get through those times. Both of our families were very supportive, and they still are, but at that time we had to step it up. We pretty much put all of our eggs into the basket of me doing nationals and turning professional. I know that's a hard thing to say, but at the time it was the recession in the economy in the U.S., and we really couldn't, there really wasn't a lot of work for safety professionals. My wife, she had to quit school because she was pregnant, and we didn't really have too much. But regardless, we had to push through. At 2009 Nationals, all I did was work. All I did was work. It was hard work. Hani explained to me that you have the potential, you just have to do the work. So throughout the whole preparation for Nationals, all I did was focus on training, making money for my family, and working my butt off. I did so much I probably did 2.5 hours of cardio a day for about 10 weeks straight. I did an hour and 15 in the morning, and an hour and 15 at night, and I trained in the middle of the day. Again, I didn't sleep too much at that time. But again, my wife, who, God bless her soul, lived with me, dealt with all my crap, and it was pretty intense. But the whole time, leading up to that show, actually, when I was about, I think it was 8 weeks out from the show, is whenever Muscular Development magazine decided to sponsor me for Nationals. I actually started getting paid a little bit of money to do that show, so it was pretty exciting. Leading up, Hani was just saying, Seth, he says, just kind of go into your little cubbyhole and not listen to what anybody has to say, because all of a sudden, as the show got closer, I started getting a lot of people saying that I couldn't do it. Again, saying, Seth, you're wasting your time. There's no way you're going to win this show. This is the biggest show in America. You're wasting your time. Don't even try. And I said, no, this is the only chance I got in my life at being a professional bodybuilder. This is it. Because after this, there's no way I'm going to have the money. There's no way I'm going to have the support. There's no way I can put anything else into it. So I had to put my life and soul into it now. And I was getting emails. I had a forum on muscular development. I had people saying that, you know, you're wasting your time. You suck. There's no way you're going to compare to this guy and this guy. And that's the type of stuff that I thought about the whole time I was doing my cardio and the whole time I was doing my training, was just the adversity and saying, I'm not giving up. I'm not taking no for an answer. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to win. And it turns out, as we got closer and closer to the show, everybody said, Seth, let's see some pictures of you to see how you look. And I talked to my trainer, and he said, no. He said, don't give anybody pictures. Don't send anybody pictures. And I'm like, why not? And he said, just don't do it. He says, you don't need that crap. You need to be focused on the show, and that's it. So just do your training, and that's it. I said, okay. And so as we got closer to the show, I remember we got down to Fort Lauderdale in Florida for Nationals, and we're in there. I'm nervous. My brother's there. My family's there. Everybody came down to the show, because I think they were the only people, my family, were the only ones that said, Seth, you're going to do this. You look phenomenal. You have it. And I'm a nervous wreck, and I don't even recollect parts of it. I just remember just working my butt off. And we get to the show, and I remember at weigh-ins, I saw everybody. I saw Tamer Al-Gundi, I saw Brandon Ray, Al Augusti, I saw, you know, everybody. And I was just like, wow, these are the guys that everybody's talking about that I'm going to lose to. And I remember Hani telling me that he says, whenever you're in line for weigh-ins, you're going to take your clothes off until you get to the scale. Like, okay, sure, that's, you know, whatever, that's fine. But then, meanwhile, we're in line, and everybody else is stripped down, and I'm like the only one in my clothes.
Here with Seth Feroce.
Yes, sir.
Man, you've been making a lot of noise lately. You kind of came out of nowhere.
And he says, just keep going. So we're in line, and everybody at weigh-ins, if you've never been to a weigh-ins, everybody who's anybody in the industry is right there watching you. And I'm standing there. I'm the only one in my jumpsuit, and everybody else is in their suit. And I get up there, and I look over, and I'm 2 people back from the scale, and I look over, and I see Honey, and he's like, good. So I take everything off, up my pants, and all of a sudden I'm like, I was kind of nervous because, you know, I don't know, I didn't think too much of it. I look out, and everybody's just staring at me. I felt like a deer in headlights. I was like, oh no. And then I just saw two of my friends. I saw Honey and a couple other friends, and they're like, and at that point I was like, I must look really good. And then I get there, and then I turn around, and I saw all my Tamer, who's actually a very good friend of mine. He looked at me and he said, "You look unbelievable, unbelievable." And I was kind of taken back because I thought he looked incredible. I mean, he's the Razor. He was just he's shredded. And he says, I work hard. I work very hard. But this, you can see that you work harder than I work. And right there, that's whenever for at that point I was taken back, and I said, like, oh my God, like it was an aha moment for me. I felt touched because we're such good friends now, and because he does work incredibly hard. He's a professional now as well, and he really made me feel that like all the effort I put forth has really paid off. Needless to say, I shut up all the naysayers and I won that show. I turned professional. I got a bigger contract with Muscular Development magazine. I got sponsored by the biggest supplement company in the world, Muscle Tech. And today I'm still with them, and it's a blessing. It was a really, probably the most uplifting moment at that point. As we go forth, my next show, everybody's, after that, everybody's, what are you going to do next, da-da-da, and I said that, okay, we're going to do a professional show, and again, the next show that we did was the 2010 Europa Super Show. It was down in Dallas, Texas, and needless to say, I won the 202 Pro Division at that show as well, and from there, again, Muscular Development said, good job, and the lifelong dream of me being on the cover of their magazine came true. I still look at this magazine today, and I can't believe it. This is something I remember buying my first magazine when I was 16 years old. I remember Roland Zerlock was on the cover of it, and I was like, I want to be on the cover of Muscular Development magazine. And today I still look at this because when I'm at a show, I mean, people bring this magazine, they'll bring the cover and have me sign it, and I'm just like, I can't believe you're having me sign the cover of Muscular Development, and it's me on it. It really is another aha moment, but it's really happening. And the best part about all this is the fact that I'm just me. It's just hard work. No matter what you're doing in life, no matter what the adversity is, no matter what other people say, no matter what happens to you, you still can do it. You don't have to be a bodybuilder. It doesn't have to be bodybuilding related. You're going to face adversity. You're going to have setbacks. You're going to have things that put you in the dumps and say, I don't know how I'm going to get myself out of it. But the thing is, you got to find it. You got to be inspired. You have to get up and do it. You can't get down. Because with all the things that my wife and I have been through, I can't tell you how many times we cried together at night saying that we're not going to make it. What are we doing? How is this even possible that we're enduring this? And somehow we come out smelling like roses. It really is touching, and I mean, I'm humbled by every experience. I mean, I'm looking at this magazine now, and I'm thinking, Jay Cutler, my idol growing up. I remember a giant poster on my door on the back of my door in my bedroom. He signed, and now I'm on the cover of him, and he's the small picture, and I'm the big picture. I mean, it's and I talk to Jay as a friend because he also works with Hani, and it's just incredible. And like I said, no matter what happens to you in life, you can change things. It happened to me at a young age. The nickname thing killed me. It still today I look back and I laugh about it, and I get a kick about it because it's kind of changed. But it had a serious impact on me. It's changed my entire life. Everybody has these things in life that they feel that they don't know what to do. They don't know how to change it. You have to change it. You need something inspiring. You need something to help you get there, but you ultimately have to do it. It's all about you saying, I'm not taking no for an answer. And because of all these people and all the support that I have and everything what's happened for me and inspiring me, I want to help inspire you. I want to help you get to the next level. I want you to become the person that you want to become. And I know that the problem is sometimes you don't get that solid information. You don't get the real information that you need to hear that says, that sounds relevant. That sounds like the logical thing to do. Because a lot of times things get shot over your head. But regardless, I'm putting on a free webinar. You can go to SethFeroceTraining.com, and I'm going to go into detail about things to help knowledge, training tips. I'm going to explain to you like the hot training styles, training techniques, things to push through plateaus on training. Like everybody goes to the gym and they're like, I just can't get through the next thing. I need something to help pick me up. I'm going to help you. I'm going to go through variations of things to do to help you get to the next level during training. Nutrition. Everybody always has problems with nutrition, and the things, and it's like, do I have to eat the same things, or what do I eat at this point, and how do I lose weight, and how do I gain good quality mass? That's what the webinar is going to be for. It's going to help you get to the next level there. Again, there's going to be things in the kitchen. I don't have a good recipe for this type of food, or I hate eating fish, or I hate eating this, and the thing is nobody's ever taught you or just gave you a real solid answer of what to do. And that's what this free webinar is going to help you do. It's going to give you the tips that you need. I'm also going to show you some of the things that I use in the kitchen to help to make your life easier. So go check out SethFeroceTraining.com. We're going to have a free webinar up, and it should be great. I hope that you guys enjoyed my story and get ready to get some information, some real solid, real information.
And although